みんな、こんにちは。元気ですか？私は Felix Guardian です。Yay, I can fly! Okay, so today we move on to the second topic of my How I Play Minecraft miniseries, which are da da da, not like you actually surprised about it, but mobs and how I fight mobs. Um, well, for this one, I'm going to be using hostile mobs for part 1, and for part 2 I'm going to be using passive mobs. So I did not put them in any specific order. They're just here, and in here was supposed to be an enderman, but they don't stay. So if you can name all of these by just watching them, then congratulations, you know Minecraft. For some reason the endermite keeps despawning. I've never actually had much of experience with endermites nor guardians because I never usually actually go underwater. So yeah, that's that. And then there is a zombie pigman. I don't fight at all unless like I have this sword. One hit kill anything. Of course, you probably wouldn't have a sword like this. So I'm going to be showing you how I personally fight all of these mobs. Now, I'm not saying that it's the only way to fight them, it's just that the way I fight them, okay? I am stressing on that because there are people who might tell me that you can just use a flint and steel to explode a creeper. I don't do that. I usually don't have a flint and steel on me. Like, what the heck? Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, I will start with the creeper. Okay, so chances are you've only got a wooden sword. And, well, I have no idea why I did that. Hang on. There, much better. Now, I think I can demonstrate like this. And you're just like, eh, eh. That is not the way to fight a creeper. I think I better move a little further away from that. Okay. So, the thing is, when you hit a mob, and you sprint at it, it gets a natural knockback. Well, of course, I was close to it, so. I really need to turn off game. Why is it on? Hang on. Again. There we go. I am sorry. I'm completely unprepared for this, aren't I? Okay. So, of course, I have my OP armor on. So, chances are, if you had just started your survival world and you run into a creeper, it will kill you. Flat out. If you're not wearing any armor at all. So, let's see. This does, I don't know how much. Oh, yeah, 4 attack damage. And a creeper has, I don't know how many health points. Like I said, I am not a Minecraft pro to know everything about it. This is just the way that I play it. If you would like to adapt my style, that's perfectly fine as long as you don't take my style of building a castle. That's perfectly fine with me. Okay. So, in order to be able to fight a creeper, you have to know how it works. When a creeper gets close to you, it'll start counting down. Or, yeah. When you move out of that range, it stops and then it comes back after you. Now, depending on how long it was detonating, you can basically just do that. You know, I need my food. So, when it's in your radius, it will explode. As you can see, that was within about, say, three blocks. The closer you are to it is the more damage you'll take. So, the best way to fight this is to use your natural knockback. I'm sorry. I'm a horrible teacher. What you do, you sprint and you hit it. Now, I would recommend moving back a bit afterward so that you just get the gist of this. Come here. You sprint, you hit it. Oh, come on. Now this is only if you don't want the creeper to explode near to you. If you actually want it to explode, you can just use flint and steel to make it explode almost instantly. But yeah, that's a complete option. So next up here are the skeletons. Now, depending on your settings over here in difficulty, they will do more damage to you in hard mode. So, in hard mode, it's very rare for them to miss if they're shooting at you. So, I'm just gonna let this guy shoot at me. In 1.8, they will just stand still and shoot at you. Unfortunately, I have thorns on me, so that's kind of a something. There are actually two ways you can use if you don't want to actually fight it hand to hand. Is by being in a space like this, and it will come straight up to you. Oh my gosh, are you serious? It can fire at you from over here, but it'll miss. Okay, so come on. By placing yourself in a corner like this will happen, no matter what mode you're playing on. I don't know why, but it's just there. If you can get it up close to you like this, all you gotta do is just spam click. Well, that one had a lot of damage, but you get the idea. Okay. If it comes straight up to you like this, you're perfectly fine. And all you do is just spam click. That's only in 1.8, just so you know. I'll be dealing with the 1.9 versions of them pretty soon. Okay. So say for instance you were in an open field and you didn't have anywhere to actually do something like that. All you gotta do is strafe. Of course, in 1.9 you have shields, so you can block, and then hit, and then block, and then hit, and then block, and then hit, and jump and hit, if you like. So yeah, I suppose you get the general idea. So, since we have a zombie coming up here, I'm guessing I might as well show you how to how I fight zombies. You don't let them get near you whatsoever. You just employ the same technique that you would in fighting a creeper, which is run and sprint. I mean, sprint and hit. What am I saying? The idea here is to get as little bit of damage as possible. Now, since we have another one coming in here, why not? The same goes with... In fact, I think I pretty much employ the same method to fight creepers to fight all the mobs, which is the natural knockback. In case you've forgotten, it's where you sprint and you hit, and that gives them a natural knockback. Now, witches are an absolute pain to deal with, because once they see you, they're gonna start throwing splash potions of poison at you. And that's not good. So, the best option for you here is to go straight up in it right up in it. Don't even let them get a chance to throw anything at you. Now, chances are, all you need to do is just strafe and hope you don't get hit, basically. If you have a bow and arrow, that would be great. But once they get you, they're gonna start throwing slash potions of harming at you. Which, of course, ain't good. So yeah, there's that. Next, we have the slime and the magma cube. Slimes can be found in slime chunks, which are usually in swamps or basically anywhere in the world, basically. Then they're the only places that slimes can spawn. So when you hit a slime or you kill a slime or a magma cube, it automatically splits into smaller versions of itself. I'm sorry, but you get the idea. If you kill these things, I think can only be punched once. Yeah, because they only have one hit point. So that's a something. And um, slimes come in different sizes. So yeah, good luck fighting all of them at once like this. Once they get to this stage, they don't hurt. So basically, they're just like little pets, and you can just punch them to death. The magma cubes are an entirely well, actually, they're not much of a different story. One hit from a wooden sword will kill most slimes. Let's see. Yeah, so the same rule applies, but you need to punch a smaller slime, magma cube twice. Again, they come in varying sizes. And using commands, actually, you don't even need to use your sword to punch them. That'll just be taking durability. So yeah, basically applies. You can, I guess you can. Oh my gosh! Ouch. Well. And by then, you can just walk through them. Oh wait, did one of them hurt me? Yeah, they hurt me. See. What? Is there an invisible cactus around here that I'm seeing? I mean, I'm not seeing. Anyway. Yeah, you get the general idea. As well. I think this will be my first time fighting a guardian on camera or something along the lines of that. Now, fighting a guardian, you need to get out of its line of sight. Otherwise, it's gonna hit you. But it gives you a small amount of time while it charges up its attack. So, I'm guessing that the best option to fight it would be to have like a good enough sword or to get out of its line of sight, which I can't do at the moment. So basically, you do what you normally would. Should be spam clicking. You know, if it went so fast. Like I said, oh my. This is pretty much the first time I have to fight said mob. Oh crap. Yeah, I'm not good at this, so I'm just gonna move on to the next one. Cave spiders are also more of a pain than anything else. Normally, spiders would become neutral in a specific light level. I think it's, well, I can't remember what light level it was. So, in case you didn't know the difference between a cave spider and a normal spider, technical difficulty, please stand by. Well, it should have given me poison. I'm sorry for my horribly OP armor. Okay, so yeah, my thorns are kind of OP, so I'm gonna just spawn in a bunch of them and hope that one of them poisons me. Wait, am I? Is this even cave spider? Yep, yes it is. Wow, you definitely would not want to run into these guys. Ouch. In a mine shaft. My gosh, it's a spider apocalypse! Run! Run! I'm just kidding. My armor's a little too OP for all that. Let me see if I take this off. Nope, that doesn't even work. Wow. Heavy. Anyway. You fight them like any normal spider. Just hit them. Just make sure that you don't uh let them hit you, cause it ain't gonna be pretty. Also, don't eat this. Says don't eat it and then completely says, yeah, they'll give you poison. So, just so you know. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing ghasts next. So, ghasts can only be found in the nether, or if you make a big enough portal for it to get through. You know those really, really huge portals that some people make on servers? I Yeah, those are usually to let gas through into the overworld, which doesn't make any sense. But the best thing to fight a ghast with would be to just like that, hit its own fireball right back at it. You can use your hand if you want, or ouch, you can use the bow and arrows that I have in my inventory right here. Normally, those things will do block damage, so I wouldn't suggest standing still and letting it hit you, because it could uncover a lot of lava source blocks right beneath you, or just plain put you into the lava pool that is at the bottom of the nether. Why is it going so high up in the air, actually? One hit from its own fireball will kill it instantly. So your best bet would be to attack it and throw its um fireball right back at it. One hit kill. Alright, so next up we have silverfish. Now silverfish can only go into, let's see, I think it's three types of blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6 type of blocks. You see these stone monster eggs? They are not the same thing as in this inventory. These are the blocks that contain silverfish. So if you were to mine this, silverfish would pop out at you. If you've never seen silverfish, they can be found in strongholds in which you would use to get to the end. Also, silverfish are usually found in hordes. There is a silverfish spawner in the stronghold, and if you were to say get a bit of, once you punch one, you kind of anger them all, and then they all come for you. Now, if I remember correctly, these just have like a couple hearts. Okay, so you can't punch them. You would need to use a sword. Let's see, will a wooden sword do it? Nope, not even a wooden sword. If you want to one-hit kill them, use an iron sword or higher. Be careful when you're mining blocks in the stronghold that you find. If you find that you're mining it a lot slower than you would normally mine the blocks around it, that means that it's a monster egg. And as soon as that block's broken, you're done for. You know, if you want to put it like that. I am going to move on to the endermite now. The endermite are a very strange species because you don't normally encounter these types of mobs at all if you're not using even any ender pearls. From what I know, I didn't actually go looking this up, is when you spam an ender pearl into the floor or a place where you shouldn't be able to go to. Yes, I kind of went out to the chunk of them. They appear, and then they start hitting you. I am not sure what causes them to appear or why they were even added in the first place, but they're really annoying when you're trying to ender pearl around. And also you can probably try punching them to death, but the best thing to do would be to just hit them with an iron sword or higher. Next up are endermen. You've probably seen these guys around a couple of times. They teleport around, they usually don't do much. You might think that they're probably hostile, but they're not doing me anything. Well, that's just the problem. If you were to look at one straight in the eye, come on. Yeah, it gets like that. And then it starts coming for you. I think this is probably a bad biome to be spawning these in. Hang on. Okay. So let's see if they'll be a little bit more cooperative. Wow. It's like they're running from me. What? Here. I'm looking at you. Why are they... Hang on. Okay, I just set it to hard. Maybe that'll help. Wow. Technical difficulties. Anyway, the fact is that if you would look at them in the eye, they would become enraged and then try to attack you. I'm just gonna spawn in a bunch and look at all of them like this. No? No? When they become enraged, they usually teleport right behind you. Oh my gosh, there are so many endermen here, I can't take it. Okay. So, there's that. If you don't want to enrage an enderman when looking at them, usually when you go to the end, this is a high problem. Or a big problem if you want to call it like that. You will take a pumpkin and put it on your head. It also stop the endermen from being... They really don't want to cooperate with me. I think it's probably because of the biome. Yeah, in case you didn't notice, in case you didn't know, you can actually put a pumpkin on your head. But this is specifically for to protect yourself from the enderman. For blazes, you would likely more want to have fire resistance. Because once they see you, they'll start shooting and then you get set on fire if one of those things touches you. Also, this was probably a bad place to put it because when it hits the ground, it sets it on fire. I think... Okay. So, I just run up to it and just attack. So if say like you had a bunch of these here, I do believe in 1.9 you can block these with shields. So yeah, I would just run up to them while trying to avoid getting hit. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I didn't expect that. Sorry about that. Grandmaster Fred was talking to me about something with the server and how a site where I can get servers and not have to pay and whatnot. Anyway, so you probably come across these in the Nether. Bunch of pretties. When you find them, when you first encounter them, they're gonna be like this. They're not gonna do anything. You're just gonna run around, nothing. But the moment you hit one, all zombie pigmen within, I think, a 30 block radius will instantly become hostile toward you. Now, there is actually a way to avoid them without getting hit. If you keep running and tire them out, basically, they'll slow down and then their hostility will be reset. And I've actually done this a couple of times in server nethers. You do not want to hit pigmen in server nethers, please. The other players that go into the nether do not want to have to deal with pigmen being enraged because some other player hit them. As you can see, they're not coming at me as quickly as they were before. And if I keep running, I'm gonna pause because this is kind of tedious. Now, because I have thorns on, I think the little zombie pigman baby is a problem. As you can see, they're actually slowing down. If you can tell with my horrible rendering. Run! Look at how slowly they're coming for me. So, yes, this actually works. Now, if you actually want to kill a pigman without angering the rest of them, all you would need to do is to have a specific level of enchantment of, I think, smite on your sword to one hit kill them. If you one hit kill one, hang on, this is getting annoying. Okay, so any new zombie pigmen that spawn in that area will not be hostile toward you. At least I don't think so. At least in the nether. So, I have a pretty OP sword here. See? Nothing. You'll need to one-hit kill the zombie pigmen in order for the other ones around them to not become hostile. Yeah, I haven't seen knockback on this. I'm sorry. And that is actually it for the 1.8 mobs that I know how the hostile mobs that I know how to attack. Now, let's go into the 1.9 version, shall we? Okay, so here we are in a 1.9 world. And the three mobs that I'm going to be showing you how I fight in 1.9 are shulkers, skeletons, and zombies. You might be thinking, well, why skeletons and zombies? There are 1.8 mobs. Well, in 1.9, they had a bit of an update to the way they work, especially with skeletons. Skeletons are now really difficult to deal with. You'll see in just a moment if you haven't exactly encountered skeletons 1.9 yet. So we're gonna start with the shulkers. Okay, so shulkers will throw these things at you, and if you don't block it, It will give you the levitation effect. You can block these with your shield, by the way. They will keep following you if you don't destroy them. So, there's that. Oh, come on. Shoot! Eh. Like I said, I haven't dealt with shulkers before. So... Ouch. Hey man. Basically, you want to position yourself somewhere near water, or put your head against something that you won't be able to go up any higher, like underneath here. The best time for you to hit is when they're open. Run! Basically. Crap. There's one coming, I know it. Let's see. It's coming, it's coming. Oh my gosh! It can go underwater! That's interesting. If I remember correctly, bow and arrows don't do anything while they're closed. So let's test it. Okay, so let's try this. Oh yeah, I missed. Yep, while they're closed, projectiles will just... So that's that. Basically, you want to destroy those little projectiles. And if you're wondering what kind of monstrosity I have here, don't worry about it, because that's not the point of this video. Now, I'm gonna set this to night, and I'm gonna show you why skeletons are just really difficult to deal with. So, got a little skelly here. As you can see, he's moving around. Now, I have this on easy, so it's going to miss most of the time. But if I were to put it on hard and you didn't have any armor on, you'd be dead. So I'm not exactly sure if there's a specific tactic that I would use for fighting skeletons other than to get up really close to them, because the hiding in a... Oh yes, you can also do this. If you get up real close to them, you can actually knock back their arrows into them and make them kill themselves. You know, if you don't have another skeleton coming up behind you, that is. Block, hit, block, hit. And that's basically how I fight skeletons. It might take me a while to actually defeat them, but you get the general idea. So next up, we have zombies. There is nothing exactly much that was actually changed to the way zombies work, except that they just, you know, raise their hands when they get hostile. Zombies haven't changed at all, except in that sense. Okay, so I think that should be about it when it comes to the mobs in 1.9, at least up to 1.9.3, that is. So I guess that's the end of this video, and I hope that you learned something about how you may fight mobs and stuff and more stuff. Sorry. Yeah, I hope this video was informative and you learned something from it. And if you did, I'd like to let you guys know that I appreciate you guys watching. And it was a pleasure making this video, even though it took a little while to get out. I still appreciate you guys looking at it and stuff. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Sayonara.